Now, President Trump antagonized many of America's traditional allies, including the European Union. There were demands that NATO nations should contribute more funding to the military alliance, tariffs on steel, and as an outgoing salvo, more tariffs on aircrafts. While the Biden administration would like to reset many of those relationships, there are stumbling blocks, like the EU's decision to strike an investment agreement with China. Well, let's talk through what the relationship could look like with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and European Affairs of Malta, Evarist Bartolo. Foreign Minister Bartolo, thank you very much for talking to us on Counting the Cost here at Al Jazeera. So let's start with the relationship, the future relationship between the European Union and America. The Biden administration, the new administration in the US, has expressed an interest in working closely with its traditional allies. I imagine first that comes as a welcome relief for the European Union, that there's a new administration at the White House.
Yes, and even on his first day, Biden, the fact that he said we'll be rejoining the Paris Agreement on climate change, and also regarding the World Health Organization, that is very welcome. At the same time, we must not expect Biden to be a miracle worker. It doesn't mean that the new administration, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. But even that new day might have clouds, might have storms, might have disagreements. But the style of Biden is totally different. Right. Disagreements doesn't mean that we turn against each other into enemies. We sit down and discuss. Right. It's going to be possible with the Biden administration.
There are disagreements, a lot of them, on tariffs, for instance. For the European Union, I want to know, to work closely with the US, to return to that old relationship. What are the conditions, if any?
Probably from both sides, in the sense that, like, for example, the investment agreement with China. It also depends on how the Biden administration is going to position itself regarding China. What we expect from the Biden administration is to have a multilateral approach, that we can sit down and discuss, and not expect the world to simply divide into supporters or opponents. Right. That even when we disagree, we can still agree on other areas.
Would the European Union, for instance, demand that the US drop the tariffs on the EU that the Trump administration imposed?
I think that the negotiation will show that both sides will have to make major concessions. While we talk about this, but let's keep in mind that the first priority, I think, of the Biden administration is not going to be what happens beyond America's shores, but what happens inside the United States. Because the United States is a broken society. There are a lot of important issues that have to be addressed in terms of the effect of the pandemic, and also in terms of the wide, painful polarization that there is in American society.
Right. Well, let's focus on the EU itself right now. It introduced a $1 trillion budget and stimulus, $540 billion for green investment. What does that mean to you exactly?
No, I think that is very important. I think it's very positive that we are putting together economic development and what we're going to do about the climate. Right. We have come to a point now, it's a tipping point, where unless we really take serious steps to deal with the economic and the development and the climate emergency at the same time, we will not save this planet. At the moment, perhaps the only thing we can do, and that's very important, even somebody like David Attenborough says this, we will slow down global warming. Eventually, if we really slow it down, we can reverse it. We can only do that with the kind of economic development, the model of consumption, the model of production, our lifestyle, how we travel, how we consume, and how we produce things. So the fact that we are combining those two together, and especially this is where perhaps the pandemic is offering us an opportunity, because we need to reimagine, we need to reinvent our economy, and the best way to do it now is to come back. Okay, I know it's a slogan to build back better, but we really need to do that. And now it's not a choice anymore. It has really become a necessity. What is important is that we start taking steps, and that it doesn't take too long to make use of these funds, because there are countries where it is really a problem.
Thank you very much, Foreign Minister Bartolo, for talking to us. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.